Carrie is a book by Stephen King, born in Portland on the 21st of September 1947, who wrote many important thriller and horror books, such as It and The Shining, which then became important movies. Carrie, published in 1974, was his first novel, and the author probably owes his fame to it. The book, little more than 200 pages, has an agonizing but absorbing plot that makes easier to understand the facts page by page. Of course, Stephen King knows how to keep the reader on the edge. The plot. Carrie is a 16-year-old girl who lives in Chamberlain in the year 1979. She attends the last year at high school, and she has always been the sacrificial lamb of the school, being so awkward in her customs, clothes, and lifestyle imposed by her mother, an ultra-religious woman. One day Susan Snell, after making Carrie an ugly joke, asks her boyfriend to invite Carrie to the prom. Carrie gets then her invitation, and after some days she accepts. As soon as she knows the news, Chris, the minger number one, convinces her boyfriend Billy to obtain some pig's blood to pour on Carrie's head whenever she would have become the prom queen. Carrie feels the prom night is perfect. She takes part to a student's event for the first time, and when she knows that she is a prom queen candidate, Tommy convinces her to vote for them. As Chris thought, they won. Once she is on the stage, her mates start to applaud, and the school band plays the anthem. In that moment, Chris pulls the rope, and the pig blood pours on Carrie's and Tommy's heads. Then one of the baskets falls and hits Tommy's head. In that moment, people start laughing, and Carrie runs away to the exit doors. Once out, she remembers about her power of telekinesis, so she locks the doors and activates the fire alarm. Then she exposes the wires that, touching water, provoke fire and short circuits. While someone escapes, she moves away from school, and during her walk, Chamberlain becomes hell. But the final destination of her walk is home, where her mother is waiting for her. Once home, Carrie falls down asking for mother's help. What she does instead is to stab Carrie on her shoulder. After that, Carrie uses telekinesis to stop her mother's bloodstream and heartbeat. Now there is only one person left, Chris Ferguson. Carrie walks down the street to the bar where Billy and Chris always went. As soon as she gets there, they try to invest her with Billy's car, but her mind takes control of the wheel and they crack on the bar's wall at high speed. Sue finds Carrie lying down in front of the burning bar. After they explain each other their behaviors, Carrie dies. Watching the movie Carrie, 1976, we will find a typical horror slasher of the 70s. However, some particular is lost in the movie's plot. For example, there is no focus on Margaret's character, Piper Laurie, which is crucial to understand Carrie's. This is basic. Many events are modified on the director's preferences. In fact, in the book, Carrie destroys her city walking from school to home. In the movie, instead, she only kills her schoolmates and goes home. Moreover, she kills her mother with knives, not like the book. Anyway, Brian De Palma created a nice horror movie with many good special effects and very refined scenes, like those when Carrie tries telekinesis or that of the prom night, very close to the book ones. The first issue to analyze is that of religious fanaticism. In Carrie, we find a mother who dares to kill her daughter. Of course, Margaret is an extreme case, but it happens to find people who try to be different from human nature. In this case, Margaret hates sex, considering it the most dangerous thing that can happen to someone, considering menstruation as a dirty sin. According to Margaret's thoughts, Carrie mates are witches and trollops, and their daughter would do better not meeting and not imitating them. When Carrie talks about a boy, her mother goes mad and starts terrifying in describing sexual relationships as dirty, sinful, and horrible. This kind of fanaticism can bring to destruction and auto-destruction. In fact, Margaret would have killed herself and tries to kill her daughter because she is the fruit of sex. Let's talk now about the main character. In the movie, Carrie is nothing more than a monster who has only been waiting for the right moment to explode, who has only been passionate before destroying anyone. We should look behind the scenes and read carefully the book. We will find not only a good horror story, but also the story of a bullied girl, a girl destroyed by friends and mates. In my opinion, what comes out reading the book is the misery of a desperate girl who has been victim of jokes and bad words for too long. I choose to talk about this book right for this reason. Carrie is not only a Greek thriller, it is the story of many boys and girls who are victims of bullying. As the religious fanaticism, it is an old and unstoppable phenomenon. Unfortunately, every day someone is beaten or insulted by mates and guys the same age without reason. The author emphasizes the issue, but being victims of bullying can actually lead people to kill or hurt themselves and the others, because hating is the only thing they can do. Most of times, bullied people develop psychophysical problems. What the author sends, more or less consciously, is the disease and the sense of being wrong in any situation that Carrie feels that is the same in any bullied person. The author was probably intentioned to terrify the readers, and he does, writing all those words full of hate towards Carrie, showing how bad someone can be without any good reason. In conclusion, I will suggest both the book and the movie to horror lovers because it is a must read and see, as most of Stephen King's books and inspired movies. I would also suggest the book to high school teachers and students who can be in the same situation unconsciously. The reading is easy and flowing, and in its way, pleasant too.